Welcome everyone to today's edition of the Cheat Meal presented by Deep Fried Draft. My name is Brian Bosarge. This is Senior Bowl week. It's probably the biggest week of the year in terms of live interaction for Deep Fried Draft. I'm at every practice all week. I'll be at the game on Saturday. I was at the weigh-in yesterday, media night last night. Just a great week for DFD, and we look forward to bringing you wall-to-wall coverage of the Reese Senior Bowl event all week. Yesterday started with the weigh-in. Go over some quick observations from that event yesterday. It's no big secret. I'm a big fan of Donnell Pumphrey. I thought he needed to at least weigh in at his list weight of 180. He comes in at 169. That's 11 pounds lighter. I mean, if you watch the tape and you've seen the number of carries he has, his weight does not affect his game at all. But, and I preface this with a but, does the NFL see it that way? I don't know. I can't speak for the NFL. I know it will not alter my ranking of him. I'm still going to have him as a top 100 player. Probably a late second. I'll have him in the late second, early third round range. Will he go there? I don't know, but that's where my ranking is going to be based on film and everything else. Some other observations from the weigh-in yesterday. A couple of quarterbacks did not pass what you would call the hand size threshold. One of those was Davis Webb of Cal, who came in with 9 1/8 hands. Most people I've talked to say the cutoff is 9 1/4. I mean, it does make a difference. Another threshold number that is thrown about is for offensive tackles. NFL teams want them to have at least 34-inch arms. Only 2 offensive tackles here, or players listed as an offensive tackle, met that threshold. A guy I thought would be an offensive tackle at the next level, based off the tape I watched of him, was Western Kentucky's Forrest Lamp, but his arms come in at a little over 31 inches long. So I don't think that's where he's going to be. Another measurement victim yesterday, you could say, was Iowa corner Desmond King, another guy who I'm very, very highly ranked as of right now on my cornerback list. But a lot of people thought he would need to convert to safety. His measurements from the weigh-in yesterday, plus some of his practice reps yesterday, would say, yeah, maybe he is going to be a safety. I'm not ready to fully make that call yet. I'll see what happens the rest of this week. But I mean, that's where we're at with Desmond King. Both practices yesterday, I thought the Browns ran a more efficient practice. There was always something going on with the players. All the players were engaged at one time. In the Browns practice, a lot of reps got done there. The Bears practice seemed like it was about 45 minutes of stretching and special teams, and a lot of deals where a lot of players were just standing around with nothing to do. That just doesn't strike me as an efficient way to do things for the Bears practice. So a lot of people like the Bears practice better. I saw yesterday. I wasn't a fan. Media night last night was very good. I enjoyed talking to the players that I did. I went to media night last year for the first time, and I was unprepared for how to go about doing things. So I was only able to interview, and I use the term interview lightly. It's basically between 2 and 3 minutes of talking to players, but so it's not a full-on Dan Rather interview or anything, but I was only able to talk to 6 players between the 2 squads last year. This year I came in, I was much more prepared for this, and I was able to talk to 14 players, 8 from the South squad, 6 from the North, because for some reason they seemed to cut the North session off a little short last night. Let me run through the list of players that I was able to talk to last night. I talked to LSU receiver Traven Durrell, LSU linebacker Duke Riley, Tulane defensive tackle Tanzel Smart. Probably my favorite interview last night was with San Diego State guard Nico Siragusa. He was very fun to talk to. Texas A&M defensive end Deshaun Hall. I was able to speak with San Diego State's Donnell Pumphrey, as we spoke earlier. Chattanooga defensive end Keontae Davis. South Alabama tight end Gerald Everett. Bucknell offensive tackle Julian Davenport. Notre Dame defensive lineman Isaac Rochelle. Another delight to talk to was Southern Cal offensive tackle Zach Banner. Really enjoyed speaking with Lorenzo Jerome, the safety from St. Francis. Derek Rivers from Youngstown State. And Zay Jones from East Carolina, who he and Nico Siragusa both probably my favorite guys to talk to last night. Zay Jones said love the name Deep Fried Draft, so he automatically thumbs up in my book. He's also a hell of a football player. He was one of my main standouts from the North practice yesterday. From the South practice, I thought Ryan Switzer and Marquez White, the corner from Florida State, had the best days. I also thought Tre'Davious White from LSU, he looked really good in some of the drills yesterday. There was no pads in the practice yesterday, or no pants, I should say. So they had helmets, shoulder pads. So I didn't really focus on too much. I glanced, but I didn't really focus much on the offense and defensive line yesterday. Mostly I tried to focus on the skill players and the corners. But today will be a different story. They'll have full pads on today and tomorrow. So today I'm probably going to dedicate the bulk of my time to watching the offense and defensive line and try to get a feel of how they are. As a note, I will NFL Network broadcast all the practices live between 12 and 5 or 1 and 5 today. And I am DVRing all the practices, so probably if I don't get to it this week, maybe Friday night or so, I'll definitely early next week I will review the broadcast tapes of the practice, because I mean I'm not going to see everything from my vantage point that I have, so it's good to have that eye in the sky from the NFL Network to be able to go back and maybe see something that I didn't get to see while I was at practice. So that's going to wrap up today's recap video. Practice starts at 12:15 today, and I'll be there live. So look for another recap video either probably tomorrow morning. I'll recap day 2 practices tomorrow, and so we'll see you then. Thanks for watching.